Look, my day job as a firefighter is tough, but my night job as a social media manager, my Persian cat Jinxie, that's intense. It's 8 p.m., I've finally gotten home from another 24-hour shift, and I just want to kick back with a cold one, but old Jinxie knocks my beer right off the counter and gives me that look that says, no drinking on the clock. But Heineken 0.0 keeps us both happy. Zero alcohol, but just as refreshing. So I get my drink, and I can still work on Jinxie's new line of merch.
Heineken 0.0, 0.0% alcohol. Now you can. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, welcome to your neighborhood pharmacy.
Hi, I've got a prescription for diabetes test strips. How much is the copay?
Well, it depends on your type of commercial insurance and factoring in your yearly spend, subtracting the deductibles, also depending on your monthly allowance.
Why can't there be a better option?
Or you could try Contour Next test strips. A 35 count's only $19.99 over the counter and proven to be highly accurate. Go to contournext.com/radio to see if over-the-counter strips are a more affordable option for you.
I think I'll try Contour Next.
Welcome to the Hypothalamic Amenorrhea podcast. I'm Danny Sheriff, your host, certified fertility awareness practitioner, functional nutrition counselor, and founder of the HA Society, and of course, an HA recovery coach who has walked where you currently are walking. This is the place to come if you care about getting your period regularly. This podcast aims to educate, inform, and keep you motivated on your period and HA recovery track. So let's dive in. But last thing, nothing on the show should be taken as medical advice, so please seek the advice of your physician. The HA Society is taking clients. Coach Ashley and I work one-on-one with HAers, as we call you, to help you figure out a plan and, of course, implement it and stay accountable. Whether you've worked with a health practitioner already and you just want to stay accountable and strategic with the plan that they've laid out for you, or you want to start from scratch looking at all the aspects of your recovery needs and to create a game plan to reach those needs, then we are definitely your girls. When you sign up to work one-on-one with one of us, we're going to go over your history, your biggest obstacles, ensure that we're taking into account your specific goals, and start making a plan to reach them. So those goals could be getting your period back, could be getting pregnant, could be getting back to exercise or sport, or simply working on your mindset around your body image and long-term recovery. We also can teach you the fertility awareness method. So if you want to learn that so that you have the skills you need to go out into the world on your own without fear of getting HA again, we have got your back. So our coaching packages are either weekly or bi-weekly and only a month at a time commitment. So you're not paying tons and tons of money for 5-6 months. It's month to month, which is awesome. Makes perfect sense for period recovery, right? So to learn about other women's experiences working with us and to apply for a coaching spot, plus ask any questions that you might have before getting started, just go to thehasociety.com/coaching. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we are discussing ashwagandha. It's the first adaptogenic herb that we are discussing on my adaptogen series for HA recovery. So ashwagandha is a plant and the active form of it is in the root of the plant, and that is typically what's used to make the tonic. So what ashwagandha does, like many other adaptogens, is allows the body to effectively handle stress by conserving energy, and it helps to kind of channel and move energy throughout the body more effectively. Now, there isn't a ton of research on ashwagandha. There's not a ton in the way that there is on things like creatine, but there is a lot of ancient wisdom behind ashwagandha. Tribes have been using it for millennia. People report anecdotally, consistently, really great benefits from getting it. And there is actually some research behind how effective it can be for stress reduction. I've started using it myself. I'm going to report back soon. I have some of my own issues, not HA related, that I'm
hoping that some adaptogens will help me with. For the meantime, I've seen benefits with it with some clients where we've had some issues getting them in a lower anxiety state so that they can actually do the work of eating enough and resting more. And in general, stress, if you're chronically stressed and always upset, or always really, really busy, it doesn't matter how much you eat sometimes. It doesn't matter how much you rest. If you're so high anxiety about the whole thing, or if you're not letting other areas of your life also come down a few notches, it's not going to work. It really needs to be a triage approach from all kinds of angles when it comes to your HA recovery and stress reduction. So ashwagandha is one of the best ones to start with, I think, for HA recovery, because it's one of the adaptogenic herbs that has more of a calming effect on our system. And that makes sense. We're trying to get into a more calm state. Some of the other adaptogens that we'll talk about have a little bit more of a stimulating effect, which can also be beneficial for other reasons. But I think that ashwagandha is a great place to start for a lot of people who are feeling more of a high anxiety, high stress kind of symptom. So ashwagandha is used to enhance endocrine and hormonal function, right? Endocrine, hormonal function, same thing. It's used to enhance that. It also helps regulate thyroid and adrenal activity. These are important things, right? So with thyroid, it's really helpful for people with hypothyroid, so underactive thyroid, which I see a lot in practice. I think that HA and hypothyroidism are commonly paired together from similar root causes. HA doesn't cause hypothyroidism, but I often see the two with one person. And the cool thing about ashwagandha is that it stimulates the thyroid. So if you had hyperthyroidism, I actually would not recommend this and would totally just stay away from ashwagandha.
So over a year ago, I created something called the 7-Day HA Recovery Commitment Challenge. And I've been running it for over a year. It was this free email-based challenge. So lots of reading, but you would get an email every day for 7 days to help you overcome and tackle the different but important areas that you need to be checking off in order to get your period back. Now, over time, I have collected some really great feedback, and upon working with all of these wonderful, amazing women, really started to learn even more about what works and what doesn't. And so I'm excited to be introducing to you guys the updated version. It's called the 7-Day HA Recovery Kickoff, and it is totally designed to help you not just commit to the process and have all of your ducks in a row in terms of important factors that need to be tackled and issues that need to be overcome in order to get your period, but the whole thing is now based in video. So you can listen/watch, and every day for 7 days, we will tackle nutrition. There's actually 2 days of that because it's so big. We'll tackle lifestyle, we'll tackle exercise, your support network, your mindset game. Each video goes from anywhere between 12 minutes and 5 minutes, so it's not very long, but you'll get all of the most important areas and the best tips and strategies for how to implement them. Because I know that going through recovery is hard. There's always an area for each person that is a little bit difficult to execute on. And so the goal, or maybe a lot difficult. So the goal of this challenge is to help you have the awareness, the self-awareness, and the tools and strategies you need to overcome each of the different issues that HA recovery faces for us. So get on it. It's great if you're at the very beginning of recovery, or if you're halfway through. I mean, we never know how far through we are until it's over, do we? But no matter where you're at, it can be a really good opportunity to check in and look for blind spots and areas where you might be dropping the ball in your nutrition, in your lifestyle, in, maybe it's your support network that's a problem. Maybe exercise is something that you are still struggling with making changes to. So check it out. Go to thehasociety.com/7-day-challenge, or the link will be on the website. So it may be in the show notes of this show. It may not be. Just go to thehasociety.com and you'll find it in the footer, or you'll find it in the pop-up that happens when you visit the page. And we will see you for day 1 of the challenge.
So ashwagandha is considered a nervine, and so this is one of those reasons that I've reiterated a few times that it's helpful for those of us who are coming from a higher anxiety background, a lot of stress, a lot of chronic busyness, experiencing fatigue. It's very helpful with those particular types of symptoms. And I think that those symptoms are really, really common in people with HA. So there are a few people that ashwagandha is not suitable for. If you're sensitive to nightshades, it's not suitable. If you have extremely high iron levels, if you have, like I already mentioned, hypothyroidism because it overstimulates the thyroid, to take it when you're pregnant. So if you're on this and then you get pregnant, please stop. If you have intense GI upset, you may wish to avoid or tread carefully. And then if you get negative symptoms, stop. Some people it might be helpful for, some people it might not be. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on how you react. And if you have really low blood pressure, you should tread carefully, right? So remembering that low means actually low and not the low end of normal. Ashwagandha is not going to be suitable for you. So how do you actually take ashwagandha? There's like 4 options, right? You can take it in capsule form, there's a tea form, a powder form, and a droplet form. So with the bottle dropper, 1 ml 3 times a day is sufficient. With the tea, half a teaspoon of dried root to 8 ounces of water with a gentle boil for 10 minutes and steep for 30 minutes. And you drink this tea 3 times a day. Or a powder that's 1 teaspoon, so just under about 5 milliliters, and then you consume the powder 2 times a day. So there's some options. I'm currently doing the capsules. I would like to do the dropper, but it was harder for me to get my hands on that. Yeah. If this is something that you want to consider, I just encourage you to remember that you cannot out-supplement your way out of HA. This is something to go down under the guidance of a practitioner. You should probably let your practitioner know that you're going to take this and make sure they can consider if it's right for you. Make sure you're eating enough. Make sure you're already resting. You're checking those boxes. You've given those things time to work. I'm not a fan of supplementing for the sake of it, of adding complexity into our day and our routine for the sake of it. But there are definitely times where adaptogens can be helpful, and during HA, this could be one of those times. So if it's right for you, cool. If you try ashwagandha, please let me know your experience. Let me know what brands that you really like, and I will see you guys next week for our next episode on rhodiola.
Thank you so much for listening today, guys. Please subscribe to the podcast, and if you could head to iTunes specifically and leave a rating or review, that would help so much because it makes it easier for other people with HA who are Googling around to find the podcast really easily. So if you do that, you're doing a service to all of the women.
Hi, I've got a prescription for diabetes test strips. How much is the copay?
That could take me a while to calculate. In the meantime, you should think about over-the-counter Contour Next test strips. You get 35 for $19.99, and they're highly accurate. For full details, visit contournext.com/radio.
Be honest. Are you completely obsessed with your shoes? Have you been known to talk about your shoes to friends, family, and people in line at the grocery store? If not, then you probably don't have Rothy's. Because when you have shoes that are comfortable, washable, and come in tons of styles and colorways, obsession is basically mandatory. Just ask the millions of women who wear Rothy's every single day. You may have heard of the Point and the Flat from Rothy's, but they also make insanely comfortable sneakers, loafers, ankle boots, and more. Plus, every single Rothy's product is made with sustainable materials, like plastic water bottles and marine plastic. So not only are they comfortable, washable, wear everywhere shoes that look great on your feet, they're great for the planet too. Step up your shoes and accessories this spring and get ready to be asked, are those Rothy's? And for a limited time, you can get $20 off your first purchase when you go to rothys.com/comfort. That's $20 off at rothys.com/comfort.